Hello everybody, Mike here, back with another episode of Wedding Music. In case you don't know, this is Wedding Music, a show that has absolutely nothing to do with weddings, but everything to do with music. It's coming up to Record Store Day, so you can see I'm dressed a little less formally, but I'm still in front of my favorite record store, Red Rum Records in South Surrey, White Rock. My name is Mike. By day, I have a company called Audio Insider, but at the end of the day, when I'm done working, I just like to listen to music. This show will take you on a playlist of something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. And with it being Record Store Day, why not focus on some great titles available this week at Record Store Day? Hey, let's go inside and start, and on the way in I'm going to tell you about our first track, something old, and we're going to go with a classic from the 1980s, and that's of course Lee Aaron's Metal Queen. Lee Aaron was an amazing artist in the 80s and the 90s, and she's continued to write really great music. In fact, she has a new album coming out very shortly, and I've actually heard a track. Really good. It's going to be a fantastic album. Metal Queen had a different meaning back then, but it certainly has taken on a whole new meaning now as we re-examine some of the values of our society. Let's be very clear about a few things. Lee Aaron was an iconic, and still is an iconic performer in a mostly male-dominated industry. So to me, I've always looked at Metal Queen as a song of empowerment and rising up and doing what she does best, which is rocking the hell out. Coming up next, there's a new album by the Barenaked Ladies, so something new called Tour de Force, and there's a album coming out for Record Store Day. It's a reissue of their Yellow cassette, a 30th anniversary reissue. Those of us who had the original are going to feel kind of old right now. Anyway, it's got some great tracks on it, and you know, I think they were sitting at home this year and watching the news because the track's called New Disaster. Great track, has that classic Barenaked Ladies feel, but it has that fresh newness. And of course, you know, looking at the news makes a lot of sense. For something borrowed, we're going to choose Ella Fitzgerald doing the classic track Mac the Knife. Now, Bobby Darin didn't write this track, but he certainly did make it famous. Now, for Record Store Day, there's a reissue of Ella Live in Berlin, which is an iconic jazz album from 1960. Great Ella Fitzgerald doing her very best work, and I still think it's one of the best jazz albums of all time and blues albums of all time. So we're going to hear Ella Fitzgerald doing Mac the Knife. Link Wray is an influential guitarist who really started playing around 1955, and he played right up until about 2005. People like Jimmy Page, people like Neil Young, a whole host of famous musicians will credit him with being the reason they picked up a guitar or the reason they love music as much as they did. He is re-releasing, or I guess his estate is re-releasing an album just in time for Record Store Day called Link Sings and Plays Guitar. Some really deep tracks on there and definitely worth exploring, but because not everybody here is as deep into music as I am, I want to start you with a more famous track that'll give you a really good idea of the famous Link Wray sound. And that song is, of course, called Rumble. You should listen to it, and then you should stop it, rewind it, turn up the volume, and listen to it again. Well, everybody, thanks again for tuning in to Wedding Music. My name is Mike, and today we were talking about music that you're going to be able to get in time for Record Store Day this week. As always, the playlists are available below on Apple Music, Spotify, and Tidal, but we always recommend going to your local record store for the best possible listening experience. Live from my local record store, Red Rum Records in South Surrey, White Rock, getting ready for Record Store Day. My name is Mike. This is Wedding Music. Please like, share, tell your family or friends, and most importantly, listen to lots of music.